Okay, it's Atlanta's #1 hip-hop station, Hot 107.9 and home for the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Of course, you know it's your folk behind. Radio shouting, stepping in the building. I got my Buffalo fam in this thing. Benny the Butcher, what's good with it, my dog?
The Butcher coming. What's going on with you, G's?
Man, feeling good, feeling great. Now, I mean, Benny, we've been in this thing vibing to some bangers for a good little minute now, man. And what I have to say is, what I'm loving about your flow and your style and what you bring into this game, Benny, is that it's uncompromising, okay? You standing up for where you're from and you're bringing the funk with it. Can you break it down to these folks in Atlanta and let them know what your style is about and what's really good with all this flavor that you out here kicking, boss?
Hey, man, it's just the Griselda sound, you know what I'm saying? It's rich in culture and hip-hop. And we talking that talk, we lyrical, it's about the beats, and we just having fun, you know what I'm saying? It's like that old school flow, but we talking all that new school stuff, you know what I'm saying? We like the ladies, we dress in designer, we wear jewelry, all that type. We like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a twist, you know what I mean?
I mean, talk about, embracing the old school flow, but, bringing it fast forward to the new school with it at the same time. I mean, what is that like for you saying, you know what, I'm going to hit them with the boom bap, but I'm about to kick major flavor on every last one of these tracks, man?
That's just the kind of dudes we is. Like, even, you know what I'm saying, before the rap, you know what I'm saying, we like the nice clothes and we like the money and we like to have things. We like that part of life. So with the music going on, you know what I'm saying, that's just us being us.
Already. Now, coming out of Buffalo with it, though, Benny, I mean, what is it like coming out of Buffalo? And for those that don't know, can you break down the vibe and the atmosphere up there for them?
Man, it's the gutter. It's like, it's a small town. It's a lot of hungry people in there. There's crabs in the barrel, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's middle America, you know what I mean? It's white collar, the hoods just ran through. We one of the poorest cities. But I say all that to say a lot of hustlers that came out of Buffalo, you know what I'm saying? But far as music, nobody came out of Buffalo besides Westside Gun, Conway, and me, Griselda Records. We the first people to sign major deals since, like, Rick James, you know what I mean?
What does that feel like, though, Benny, being able to, break down that glass ceiling and just tear down the walls for everybody else to come through and follow, though, man?
Man, it's crazy, you know what I mean? And it's inspirational to the streets. It's inspirational to the whole upstate New York area, and everybody feeding off of it. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, I'm saying we gonna keep pushing the envelope and people know more about our city, Buffalo, more about the region. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Now, I mean, Griselda Records. I mean, talk to me about how the family came together, man, and how this movement first got started, though.
Well, Westside Gun and Conway, those brothers, and they my cousins. Those my older cousins. So we always been putting this music thing together since we was youngins in grade school and high school. Yeah. And, Westside Gun, he always been like the curator of it. He always been like the captain. And Conway, he always been the general. And me, like I said, I'm a few years younger, so I always been like coming up, waiting to hit my prime and waiting to get in, you know what I'm saying, waiting to get in my groove. And I've been groomed by those dudes. And this is just us on a top level from the things that we've been doing our whole life and the dream that we've been chasing.
What is it like being able to do it with your family, though, man? Because, I mean, that's a whole different ball game when it's like, okay, we got brothers, we got cousins, and we in this thing. First of all, we got to see each other every Thanksgiving.
Right.
So, we got to keep this thing moving in together. So what is that like moving with the home team like that?
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. It's almost cheating for us because, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my family. You know what I mean? Everything is on the table. And man, a lot of people never realize it until they get familiar with us in years down the line, how long we really been doing this. And this is just like us being able to use all the practice that we got, you know what I'm saying, to sum it up in this big game. And it's dope. It's like cheating that I get to do this with my family. It's love.
Already. Now, I mean, as a lyrical monster out here in these streets, Benny, what is it like going head to head with Black Thought on the track and understanding that it's about to go all the way down?
Oh, man, it's real. Like I was saying earlier, a lot of MCs is scared to do that. They scared to get on songs with people who they feel like going out rap them. But I'm very confident in my flow ability, and that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, it's about the respect of your peers. You know what I'm saying? I want the best quarterback in the league, if it's not me, to respect me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want the best rappers in the game to respect me for my pen. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Nick, we gonna get money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not chasing money. We not hurting. We ain't missing no meals. We gonna get money. We about to secure this legacy and stamp it for our region.
Already. Now, I mean, speaking of stamping it for the region, there was a situation recently where Shannon Sharpe had a few choice words about the region. What was that situation about, Benny? And I mean, what goes through your mind when you hear that coming out of Shannon Sharpe's mouth?
Man, you know what? He probably was right. I probably took it the wrong way, but I don't care because that's where I'm from, and I'm always feel like that about my city.
Yeah.
But you know what? He was saying that he didn't know Griselda. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure he knows now for a fact. And you know what I mean? I don't got no problem with him. He said what he said. I said what I said, man. You know, we both black men out here in the entertainment industry. And, man, shout out to Shannon Sharpe. I ain't know hard feelings, but I'm pretty sure he know who Griselda is now.
I can definitely dig it. Now, I mean, talk to me about coming out of Buffalo and then starting to secure these major deals and these major bags at the same time. What was that transition like when you realized that, hey, man, this movement is starting to catch fire. It's starting to catch the ears of some big folks out here, man?
That feeling was like, I was in a big game and the lights is on, and I'm realizing that the lights is on and the score is tied and the ball is in, and I'm saying it, and we got the ball, it's in our possession. It's just time to perform. See, a lot of dudes could perform, but the best, the greats perform when the lights is on.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. Like when attention is on us and all eyes on us, Griselda, we performing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Conway got Look What I Became coming out. Wes just did. One thing about Wes is he dropped classics. People probably don't say look at him as a good MC, but he put better albums out than anybody I know. You feel what I'm saying? And then you got the Butcher, like you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna rap that talking, and I'm gonna tell you about yourself, and it's gonna be real street music.
What have some of the OGs out of New York been saying when they done caught wind of your music, though, Benny? I mean, are they understanding what the vibe is and coming on in with it, or are you still facing a little resistance out here in these streets?
No, from the OGs, it's all love.
Yeah.
From all the OGs you can ever think of, up top, from the Wu-Tang Clan, the Mobb Deep, the Nas, the Jay-Z, to the Locks, etc. Goes on and on. Even you know what I'm saying, Bun, shout out to Bun B, that's a big homie. Shout out to Slim Thug, you know what I'm saying? You know, all around, everybody love Griselda.
What goes through your mind then, Benny, when you starting to feel all that love? And I mean, when y'all were just jumping off the porch with it, did you feel like it was going to get to that point, man? Or were there any obstacles that made you say, you know what, I'm not sure if this Griselda Records is going to go where it's supposed to go, though?
Man, plenty of times, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm 34, man. I like to think I'm an OG. I've been out here. Yeah. I've been around the block a few times, you know what I'm saying? I got 3 felonies. I've been upstate and to the Fed. So it's been times in my life I'm thinking like, yo, you know what? It might not never happen. I'm still going to drop these mixtapes and do this, you know what I'm saying? I felt like that, but it was certain times that I realized, like we were saying, like you were saying earlier, it's like you don't need to be signed to major deals to be doing major things. Exactly. And so we doing major things, but we built our hustle off of independent hustle. And so long as you got your career in your own hands, there's no excuses. You know what I'm saying? And we went with that method. And when it got to that point, it was like, cool, I don't need nobody to help me out. I could do it myself. But we've been blessed to, you know what I'm saying, they've been saluted by everybody and embraced by everybody. So it's a blessing.
What is that like for you, though, man, when you're coming out of the feds and stuff like that and being able to reach this level of success that you got going on right now?
Man, it's surreal. And like I said earlier, man, I don't think people ever understand, you know what I'm saying? Conway got shot in the head, you know what I'm saying? And how many people, you know, walk away from those, let alone, you know what I'm saying, get record deals and be a rapper. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Westside Gun, too, you know what I'm saying? He fed cases and state cases, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we older guys. And my brother passed away. He a dude who would be sitting right here, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it feel good and it feel like, I want to say, I really don't believe in luck, but luck too, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be blessed, you got to be lucky, and you got to be smart to get to where we at. It's a multitude of things, and I'm humble, and I take everything. You know what I'm saying, I take everything serious, and I know what it took to get here. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like I'm 19 and I got here. I had to live. I tell people I had to live my whole life, then make it here. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I had to learn every life lesson and then get here. So I cherish it a little bit more than probably anybody else would do.
What is it like for you now, man, when you starting to have this kind of success and for your brother not to be able to be a part of it with you, man? How do you deal with that? Because a lot of times, you know, that post-traumatic stuff, man, when you look up and you're thinking, damn, I wish so-and-so was here to enjoy this with me. How do you cope with that?
Man, really, I'm going to be honest, man. I cope with it. I cope with it with a bottle of Hennessy and a big blunt, you know what I'm saying? It hurts sometimes. I was just out in LA, man. Shout out to Hit Boy, doing a record with Hit Boy, and I was at the board, and man, I just broke out crying. You know what I'm saying? And everything hit me that what I got going on, and my brother not here to see it. He was a major part of my life, and so I just try to mention his name and keep him alive. You know what I'm saying? And hold his kids down, and you know what I'm saying, and keep his name alive in the music. We got merch with his name on it, and the fans know him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like keep his name alive, how he would have wanted it, like he right here.
Exactly. Speaking of that merch, man, I understand that y'all get busy with that merch, with them one-on-ones. Break that down to me, man. And what is that like, being able to move the culture forward with it at the same time, too, though?
Man, it's dope, man. Wes is a mastermind, and he put all of this together with art in mind. Like, people wonder why we name the songs what we call them, why the covers are what they are. You know what I'm saying? Why the merch is what it is, because it's quality and it's art. And you know what I'm saying, and it's done with like passion. You know what I'm saying? Wes really loved that wrestling stuff. Yeah. He really loved that art stuff. Like I'm telling you, it's like these dudes used to have T-shirts and like a little headband line out when I was in the 6th grade. Like Wes literally been doing this. And that's what I be trying to tell people. And man, the people love it. It's rare. It's almost like designer because it's rare. Everybody can't get it. You know what I'm saying? We sell $200 hoodies and stuff like that. Even more than that. $500 pair of kicks, $50 hats, and the people want it. You know what I'm saying? People complain like, man, I ain't paying $200 for no hoodie. Don't. It's not for you. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff that I won't pay for, and it's not for me. But if I feel like it's for me, if I want it, and I'm gonna get it, and the people love it. It's culture. You know what I'm saying? It's a nostalgia and it's culture. I feel like Griselda brought a lot of that back to the game.
What was it like growing up in Buffalo, man? I mean, did you know that you was going to be traveling this world and this country, putting it down for the town? Or was it one of those types of things, like you say, you in and out of jail just trying to survive out here, man?
Yeah, man, that's what it is. In and out of jail, trying to survive and doing music. We never knew that was going to get to this, but I tell people, like, man, sometimes you really got to be careful what you wish for. You also got to be prepared what you wish for. You know what I'm saying? You know, every young kid want to be in the NBA, right? But guess what? He might wake up one day, he's in the NBA, and there's 4 seconds left, and he's checking LeBron James. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't sign up for that.
Exactly. This what you wanted. You wanted to be in the NBA, so you gotta accept everything that comes with, you know what I'm saying, that comes with this music stuff. And I never knew we was gonna make it here. And man, it's dope though, man. I love it, man. Especially with the family. It's dope.
Can you speak on the stuff that comes with the music industry? Before you got into it, was it what you expected, or did it turn out to be a little bit more crazy and grislier than you expected?
Definitely more crazier and grisly than I expected. Because, but you hear about this your whole life, though, man. The music business or the entertainment business, so you really don't know. You really don't know because you're just a kid doing what you do. You're just a regular person until you really get in the game, and you see it's a lot of fake smiles and you see it's a lot of fake handshakes, and it's a lot of opportunists picking at you, and it's a whole lot of that going on. But this is what I tell people, because I believe like I can do a lot of things. Yeah. So this is what I tell people. It's like me, I'm a street guy, but I check my street card at the door because this ain't street stuff. Like I said, I lived my whole life. I've been through every street thing that you could ever been through. And now I'm in here dealing with corporate people, so it's no need for me to wear that on me. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? This is the music business, so the music got to be tight and the business got to be tight. You know what I'm saying? And you got to deal with it like it's business. You know what I'm saying? And if the more you understand that, the better you would be. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes feel like, oh man, he ain't trying to do me a feature. He trying to play me. No, it's business. Or he ain't trying to do this. He trying to play me. Once you realize that it's business, you would be better off at it.
Now, what was the point that you realized that it was business? Did you come into the game like, hey man, we're about to handle our business out here, or is that something that you picked up along the way?
Like I said, I've been learned about the business from dudes like I used to be signed to a neighborhood record label, Alleyway Records, Doobie. I learned a lot from Shay. I was like signed to these dudes before. Yeah. These is underground local record labels. So I got to watch them years and years and years of watching them. So before I even came to this, I already had a studio. We already had staff and just had stuff like that. So we was already like running an independent place. So as soon as I got here, you know what I mean? As soon as we got to this level, and I learned a ton from Westside Gun. You know what I'm saying? Getting to be up under him, watching him. And as soon as we got to this level, it's just like, you know what I mean, we're gonna apply the same tactics, and it's been working. You know what I mean? Like me, everybody, people, my team always mess with me because I always use analogies, but that's how I speak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like dunking in your backyard. Boom, you jumping. Boom, you throwing it off the garage. You doing under the leg. You dunking in your backyard.
Come on now.
And then you get to the arena and you doing the same thing. You're like, oh, so the backyard tricks is really work. I'm really dope like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it feel like.
All right, so now, Benny, for that next guy that's in Buffalo, that's seen Griselda turned up like y'all done turned up, what advice do you got for that man?
Man, I got to tell him, make sure you putting out quality work.
Come on.
Put your life into it. Don't expect people to support you just because you do it. This is not a charity game. This rap business, this is not a charity. People's not going to buy it just because they want to help you. You got to make sure your stuff is the dopest stuff out there. You got to work with the best producers that you can afford. You got to work with the best videographers that you can afford. You have to travel. You have to hit the road. You got to get a team. You got to do everything in your power to make it over to this overside of the fence because it's beautiful over here.
Exactly.
Whatever you got to do, you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to be about that. Even if you got to quit your job, you got to have your girl bagging up CDs. You got to have your side chick bagging up CDs. You got to have your homies, you know what I'm saying? Your same plug he used to try to front you, now have him pay for a video for you. You feel what I'm saying? You can't be like timid about this because this is your life, this is your future, this is $1 billion industry, and tap in because it's dudes who would never sign a record deal. It's dudes who would never have a hit on the radio and they still driving $100,000 cars and they own homes and they getting money. So you got to put your all into it. I don't know what that is, man, but put your all into it, grind, and make sure everything is quality, man.
What is it like, though, Benny, when you putting your all into something and you not show, though? Because a lot of folks think they putting their all into it, Benny, but they ain't seeing no results, though.
Okay, so you want to get deep into it. See,
let's go there.
Let's get deep into it. This is how you do. This is what I tell people.
Yeah.
Now, you got to play in the world that you in.
Yeah.
How you call yourself a rapper and you not at Rolling Loud? How you call yourself a rapper and you not like at South by Southwest? And you're not at the BET Awards promoting, just rubbing shoulders. You can't call yourself a rapper. Yeah. Okay, I know that stuff costs money. Man, you know how much money you gonna make if you make it to what you're trying to do? You gotta put your all into it. Yeah, go broke for it because you're investing in yourself. Don't be dumb about it, but invest in yourself. You gotta if Drake if he wake up in the morning, he got access to the world's greatest producers. And if you just a local artist, like you wake up like he already 1,000 steps ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? So how you gonna cut that in half? You can't afford to rap over a mediocre beat just because your cousin made it. You can't afford to do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't afford to shoot a video with a dude just because it was $100. You can't afford to do that. So once you start taking your career seriously and start making quality moves and start building up a team, trustworthy dudes, it don't gotta be your cousin or your dude who you went to school with. It could be somebody who you just met yesterday who could do the job. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is business. So, man, once dudes realize that, and I feel like a lot of rappers look at it for charity, like, man, you ain't buy my CD, you ain't support, man. Nobody is out here. Like, I didn't buy this jewelry because I want to support the jewelry man. I wanted it because I got it. I didn't buy these jeans, G-Stars, because you know what? I like G-Stars. I'm going to go support them. No, I seen them. I'm like, man, I got to have those. Mm-hmm. So you got to make your music. You got to record in a good studio over a fire beat with some good music and make people like, yo, that's hard. I got to have that. Exactly. Yo, what's that record right there? Like, you got to do it. And I don't know, man, you got to get from out of your own backyard a lot of times, man, because where I'm from, Buffalo, you know what I'm saying, because sometimes the music scene ain't great there. And you just got to go for broke, man. You know what I mean?
How do you feel having that vision and watching it come to fruition, though, for you, though, Benny? Because, I mean, you might not have been the first guy out of Buffalo that wanted to come out of Buffalo, man. You see what I'm saying?
I feel like, man, you know what I mean? I feel crazy. I'm like Michael Jackson back home.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Come on.
I feel crazy. You know what I mean? I be telling I might be blending the bed with my girl. I be like, yeah, you ain't never met nobody like me. You know what I mean?
It be like that.
To be the first, Griselda Records, Westside Gun, Conway, Benny the Butcher are the first to do something. To be that's to have my face on Mount Rushmore. To do something like that, it's like surreal when people would never understand that till they be the first ones to come out of their town to do it. Man, it's all love in my town. Like it feel crazy wherever I go. I feel like I'm the quarterback for the team. Like I play if we had a basketball team, I feel like a player who just won a championship. The people just want to see me. They just want to take pictures with me. They just want to talk to me. They just want to be around me back home. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean?
Now, when I listen to your music, Benny, though, I get that nostalgic feeling. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm a 90s baby at the same time, a 80s born baby, but grew up in them 90s. So at that time, when I was first getting into hip-hop, it was about, it was written with Nas. It was about the early Cream with the Wu-Tang. It was about the Jay-Z and all of that extra stuff that was going on at that time. So what is it like for you being able to grow up and hear that, then see where the game changed, but then say, you know what? I see where y'all done went with the game, but I'm not conforming. I'm about to go back to the basics and bring that nostalgia back to it.
Man, it's just like watching the new generation. This is their rendition of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, you know what I'm saying? People took it hard when they call it mumble rap when it first came, but at the end of the day, man, we gotta respect it because they carrying it on. And guess what? Nobody liked when NWA was talking all that. You know what I'm saying? They was used to Curtis Blow and all that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody didn't like that, and it was the same thing for us. We went through the same thing, and guess what? They embraced it. And it's about embracing it because it's black men feeding a family. All I gotta say is just, man, just have some pride in your craft. You know what I'm saying? I hate to see dudes get up there and just act like they don't care about what they writing, man. And they don't, because they made millions of dollars off of just doing nothing. So no matter how it sound, man, as long as you put in your best in that, because as lyricists, we take pride in that. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see them eating, though, man. As long as they, man, stay strong and be smart with the money and hold it down, man, and realize that they blessed, man. As long as they taking care of their families, man, I can't knock them.
Songs like Prayer Hands, though, Benny, being able to tell your story and give it to these people and be received correctly by the folks. What is that like? And is it cathartic for you to be able to release some of that stuff that you've been holding pent up in your mind all these years?
Yeah, man, it's therapeutic to be able to get on a song and tell you about how, you know what I'm saying, I grew up in the church and how I can't remember ever sitting down in church with my kids. You know what I'm saying? I know that's wrong. I never mentioned that in the conversation, but I speak about it in my music. It's therapeutic, and my story is everybody else's story because this is America. Everybody grew up like me, and I feel like a lot of people is intrigued to know that. Like, yo, so you mean to tell me the same thing we was going through here, they was going through in Buffalo? That sounds crazy just to know the same thing that we going through here, they going through in Buffalo, Compton. Is dudes in Alaska going through the same thing. So I think people just like to hear the story of a dude coming out victorious from the streets and the underdog story. People like that.
Creative process, though, man. When you out of Buffalo and you in LA with Hitmaker, is that creative process still the same, Benny, or do you switch it up?
It's still the same. Bottle of Henny, big blunts around, the homies around, getting loud. Might have to tell them to be quiet. Might be a few ladies around. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's the same. It's the same because that environment creates like, okay, I got the homies in the studio listening, all eyes on me. They want to see what I'm gonna do. So sometimes I need to create that pressure for myself to come out and do what I need to do. So it's all the same. Or a lot of times just me and Shay in the studio together. You know what I mean? And when we back home on our method, it's almost the same thing. Same thing like when I was out there with Hit Boy. It's like we working personally because it's a days of a session. So sometimes nobody around. Sometimes it's just us. Man, it's just weird, man. I be in the studio talking to myself. I might kick my shoe off, be on the phone for an hour listening to the beat. But as soon as I get inspired, I'm up and at it.
Yes, sir. Now, Shady Records, Rock Nation, I mean, those affiliations, how did those come about, and what was it like, hooking up with them heavyweights?
Man, like I said, man, Westside Gunn, the quarterback. He got the deal done with Shady Records. I'm pretty sure, I think it was going to be a management deal, and then it went further to a distribution deal type of thing with the majors. So he pulled that through and, basically gave me a lane, and we pushed and we pushed. And really, a lot of people don't know, Rock Nation was trying to sign Griselda when Shady did.
Ooh.
You feel what I'm saying? So we just end up happening, just did the record deal with Shady and did the management with Rock Nation. And that just confirms everything that I've been telling myself my whole life and everything that I've been going through. And we jump in the game, and you were with the two heavyweights.
Come on now.
Eminem, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that should tell people. That should tell people, like, what you about to get, you know what I'm saying? Even if you hear a Griselda song and if you don't like it, you turn it off and say, like, why don't I need to like this? It's not us, it's you.
That's right. Lastly, Benny, what else you got on the way, man? And is there anything else you want to get off your chest, my dog?
Man, this is what I want to say. I want to say, Conway, he got Look What I Became coming out September 13th.
Yes, sir.
Be on the look for What Was She Gonna Do. That's all 3 Griselda members. And guess what? I'm going to be in Atlanta at the Loft. Yo, y'all better come down there, man. Y'all better get all these tickets. September 14th, Saturday. It's going to be so crazy. You know what I'm saying? Last time I came, it was so many people in there, somebody fainted. You know what I'm saying? It was so hot in there, you couldn't move. You know what I mean? And that's a true story. And we're going to do it again. Somebody going to faint this time. So at the Loft, man, September 14th, 2019, man, we in Atlanta. The Butcher coming. You never know who I'm going to bring.
Benny.
Pleasure.
Appreciate you coming through this thing, man. Wish you nothing but the best and much success. Be High Radio Shout. It's Hot 107.9, man. Let's go.